Good morning and welcome to another live segment. It's your host, Ro Clark, and this is Tell Like It Is PC. So the season ended, and once the playoffs is done, I go and I really just enjoy my time, and I step away, and I give the off season um, just some time to and the players, give myself time to find out where everyone is going, where everyone's going to land, and how the teams are going to look. So now, it's been one hell of a year, and also it's been a weird NBA season. We started off the season, then it paused, it canceled for months, and then we hop right back into it, and we're in a bubble, whole different new game, whole environment. And now here we are, where the season just ended. The Lakers and LeBron got his fourth championship, and Lakers won the finals, beating Miami Heat. And it's like they get like 2 months off. I'm about to already jump right back into the season. So it's been a crazy year and different NBA all season in terms of how we handle things and do things here. But hey, NBA season starts December 22nd. We just finished up with the draft and the NBA free agency. So before the season jumps off December 22nd, I just want to give a recap for anyone who out there who missed it, or just all my loyal fans has been waiting on me to upload my video and stuff like that. So you can comment, subscribe, share, and just support. I really appreciate it. Um, be sure to check out www.rockoutsd.com and also check out www.bakerhoops.com if you want to join some fine AAU programs. Team Rockout, they're up and coming right now. Philly's a great trainer, and he's doing a lot out here in the Triad area. So if you're in North Carolina, um, Raleigh, Winston, Charlotte, Greensboro, wherever you at, man, get with him. He's a great trainer. His program is up and coming, and he got the AAU been going on for about 2 or 3 years, and these kids, man, just been developing, just taking off, and it's amazing to watch these kids grow and how far that program came. So you got any young kids out there, even if you didn't pick up basketball, you're thinking about it. You can comment under here on this video, my page, or you go to Team Rockout, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can find us on there, and get in touch with George Griffin. They call him Philly. And Baker Hoops, man. Shout out to Gabe Baker, Coach Baker. I'm sorry. Shout out to Coach Baker and also Coach Griffin too. But shout out to Coach Baker. He's doing an amazing job up there in the tri-state area in Pennsylvania. He got programs that's going on with kids pretty much of all ages right now. So you're looking to get your kid into a great AAU program, after the school year or during the school year, whatever situation, whatever you want to do, whatever you got planned for your kids. But I'm telling you, Baker Hoops and Team Rockout are one of the two finest programs, and these two programs work together. Along here with Tell Like It Is PC. So then they draft, and I wasn't gonna watch this draft, but to be honest with you, um, I'm a Lamelo Ball fan, and I'm also an Obi Toppin fan. Obi Toppin, he popped up his freshman year last year. He was just taking off, man. This dude was like he's 6'9", and this dude was just his. He led the nation in dunks, like 107 dunks. But this guy, he's just fun to watch. I caught a few Dayton games, and I was like, yo, this dude's the real deal. He pushes the floor. He does everything for this team, 1 through 5. It's crazy, and I really do. I'm like, yo, this dude's gonna be like a number one pick. But then you had my guy Lamelo coming out, even though Lamelo didn't go number one, but you had Lamelo coming out. He did go higher than Obi, number 3 to Charlotte, but even like Anthony Edwards, and this guy is just like he's amazing. But anyway, let me get into that. So number one pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Anthony Edwards. He's a 6'3" guard from Georgia. So everyone who didn't get a chance to see Edwards play this season or play overall, he's very explosive. He's strong. He's athletic. He's a high motor. He can score. Very confident. He averaged 19 points per game. He finished third in the SEC. And he got a lot of comparisons to Dwayne Wade. I like this. I like this selection right here. Going with Minnesota. I feel like that he'll fit right in, and he can. Hopefully, he'll be able to flourish, and they can use him. They can use him along with a lot of the other young guys, from the get go. Because I feel like this is a talent that you don't really want to hold back. It's a talent you want him to go out there, make those rookie mistakes, get that experience, and just learn from it. I'm telling you, I don't know how his freshman year, how this his rookie season is going to go, but I feel like that this guy, once he gets that confidence and he comes back in year two, it's going to be a different ball game. It's going to be a different ball game. Like I said, they compare him to Wade. He went number one for a reason. Behind him, the Warriors selected James Wiseman. He's a 7'1" um, freshman, 247 from Memphis. He only did play in 3 games for the Memphis Tigers due to eligibility problems, stuff like that. In 3 games, he averaged 19 points and 10 rebounds. And about James Wiseman, I had to pretty much look up some footage and do my homework on this guy as well. I'm like, damn, he went number two. Okay. Well, he's a great rebounder, and as I mentioned, he went 19 points per game, 10 rebounds. He runs the floor well, amazing rebounder, inside scorer. So I'm thinking that the Warriors, they want to take some of the pressure off Draymond, or have him more so out of the paint now that Clay is gone, or he's out with injury. And you didn't hear about that. Klay Thompson suffered an Achilles injury playing pickup ball out there in Venice or somewhere in Cali. So he'll be out for the rest of this year. And it's kind of disappointing because I was really rooting for the Warriors this year, because I feel like a lot of people had wrote them off. And let's not forget that Golden State, they pretty much ran the league. They ran the NBA, and it was I feel like people seen this success coming, but we didn't know it'd be like this. 3 championships later, stuff like that. And then when they brought in KD, I was like, yo, game over. When they, all right, so when they bought KD in, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before in my other segments. When they bought in KD, I was like, wow, right? And when I tell you, I saw the Golden State Warriors. They played their first 2 preseason games. Oh my God! When I tell you, Kevin Durant was just like in mid-season form already. I don't know if he was hyper just for being on his team and stuff like that, but it looked scary. Like then and there, I said, "Yo, they got it. They're going to take it," because that team, it was just. I don't think anyone's seen a team like this, seen a team like that. So that was just different. They picked up James Wiseman. Want to take off some of the pressure from Draymond Green. I'm sorry, and I guess have him play make more. They want to just. I'm interested to see how James Wiseman is going to fit in this team, but I feel like if you're any type of athlete, any type of player, you can fit in a Warriors team. You can fit inside this rotation. This guy, they move the ball. They move the ball. We all saw that with KD in his first year. Everyone was like, "Well, how this going to work out?" Because KD's a scorer. Yeah, we know. But the first year, he was getting his shots, a lot of ball movement. But the second year, KD's like, all right, it's enough of this. I'm good. Let me go ahead and do this one-on-one crap and take over. And KD played this game the second year, and you know how it went. I was surprised. I also thought that they would take Lamelo. To be honest with you, for some reason though, and this is way before Clay got hurt. I was like, hey, take Lamelo. I felt it'll give him a lot of ammo. And I'm not expecting or saying that Lamelo will come in here in the NBA and just start, you know, taking off and just killing dudes and stuff like that. He still has a lot he has to work on, and Scout's been talking about how his jump shot is broken as well, and needs some fixing. Just how his older brother Lonzo jumper needed fixing, but I always felt like that he was a better shooter than Lonzo, or at least his form was prettier. And Melo has that quick release. He can pull up from anywhere. This kid dropped 92 points in the game. You know, he's been in the spotlight. He came in the He's been on the radar since his freshman year at Chino Hills. He got a state championship playing alongside his older brothers, Lonzo. and Gilo. If I'm saying that right. So I was surprised with this pick, but I really understand it. I really understand it. You know, we got Clay, we got Curry. Don't really want to. I guess not. I mean, I'm not saying LaMelo will come in and take the ball out of their hands, but I guess let Clay and Curry work their ways in, especially Clay being out injury and Curry kind of like, should I play this year? Should I not? Or let me just show up a couple games and stuff like that. And then by the time the season came back around, there was no point of the Warriors even or Curry going to the bubble. This is the last pick, not the last pick. I'm sorry, the eighth pick. Knicks select Obi Toppin. I'm very, very, very excited for this kid. He seemed like he was very, very happy to be playing in his hometown. He's from Brooklyn. This kid is 22. He's a sophomore, and I'm surprised that he dropped number 8. But hey, New York got him. I hope they use him. But I feel like he'll be a key addition to this team. Um, it was a weak ass draft. It was a very weak draft. You're not gonna really get a franchise player or a player who's gonna come in and you just want to give the keys to your franchise and expect him to like take us to the playoffs this year. I'm not getting that from anyone out this draft. But my two favorites, my two favorites personally, my two favorites. I do like Obi Toppin, number 8 for New York. So I will be rooting for him and watching out for the Knicks this year. And I'll let LaMelo Ball. Jordan he picked this guy, and we all know Michael Jordan been the owner for Charlotte for 15 years. They made the playoffs, 3 out of 15 seasons, got swept. I believe all 3 times, for at least 2 out of 3 times, not mistaken. Guys got to research that. Let me know once you find that out. But Jordan hasn't really been having much success as being an owner, to be honest with you. But for him to take LaMelo, I feel like that it'll fill the box office. It'll fill seats, especially with him losing Kemba. It'll fill the seats, and everyone is just waiting to see what he can do. Melo's he grew to be 6'7". He started off in Lithuania, and then he took his talents to Australia and played for the NBDL. I think he had a breakout game, which pretty much boosted his draft stock. He had a breakout game in NBDL for the Hawks. I think it was like 19, 10 and 7 or amongst those lines, and that right there really solidified. I'm like, hey, let's go ahead and up his stock, and that's what happened. Another thing, it's free agency this year. Now, before the season start, I will have a live segment sometime in December where I will give my outlook on a 2021 NBA season. And before the season tip off and starts, I always pick a winner. I pick who I think is going to win. I pick who I think is going to be in the finals. So I will have that for y'all. I'll look at some noticeable free agent signings. So for one, Fred Van Vliet, he'll stay parked in Toronto. He got a 4-year, $85 million contract. Gordon Hayward, and this is the thing, Gordon Hayward, he actually left. He'll be leaving Boston. He'll be joining Charlotte, the Charlotte Hornets. And if you guys can remember that Charlotte actually offered him the contract, but what happened was it was matched. It was matched by Boston. Excuse me. And that caused him to stay put. I feel like Gordon, he wants to feel like the Gordon in Utah, feel like he's that man again. So I feel like, with the young guys, Jason Tatum and Brown, and even having Terry Rozier there and Kyrie there at one point, and he was hurt, he couldn't really do that there in Boston. So, he got a new start in Charlotte where he wanted to go the first time, and he's back over there and he's doing his thing. So we'll see how that played out. And Bogdanovic, 4 years deal with the Hawks, 4 years, $72 million. I'm sorry. Hawks can still match that. Hawks can match his contract actually. But if not, then he'll be moving on to a new team. So we're just waiting on that right now. Goran Dragic, he got injured last year in the playoffs against Miami, and it kind of like cost them, kind of like killed their momentum. Even though Jimmy Buckets was carrying him along, but he's coming back for 2 more years, 37 million, and he even told Jimmy Butler like, "Hey, come back, bro." Montrezl Harrell. I'm just looking at this list, man. It's just amazing how well the Lakers did, and you really don't get that where I feel like some teams and organizations they get a championship and they're still in that championship high and they're not really like focused on the off season. But it was like, hey, once the Lakers got note that the season will be the new start of the season will be right around the corner, I just feel like, hey, they hopped on everybody they could right now, and they got Montrezl Harrell from the Clippers. He got a 2-year, $19 million deal, so um, he'll be leaving the Clippers and he'll be going to the Lakers, staying in LA. Um, Reports came out that the Clippers really weren't going to bring him back in. He kind of played like shit this season, especially. Oh, I'm sorry, he played like shit the start of the season. I'm sorry, shit. The start of the bubble, when the season resumed, he played like shit, and they want to bring in Serge, and you feel like Serge can be that guy that can give him that defense and the offense and the experience. So bye to Harold, but he'll be going to LA, and I'll be actually looking forward to that matchup. Speaking of the Clippers and Serge, Serge signed a 2-year, $19 million deal with the Clippers. Marcus Morris, he signed on for 4 more years, $64 million with the Clippers as well. And then Marcus Saul, 2 year with the Lakers. I don't think nobody seen that coming. I didn't see that coming. And I feel like the Lakers losing or trading away McGee, and then losing or not bringing back Dwight Howard, and he's going to Philly for a year. They bought in Marcus Saul, and he's a big body, great vision. We all know what he did in Memphis, Toronto, what he can do, what he's capable of. And I feel like he'll fit in well, especially when they go against those teams in the West, like especially the Nuggets. With those big bodies and those other centers who play make for their teams, he'll match up, and it kind of still give AD a break. KCP, 3 years, $40 million. That's LeBron boy. Clutch Sports, he can get his money. Speaking of LeBron boy, Tristan Thompson, 2 years, $19 million in Boston. That's a good veteran pickup there. Somebody's on the boards for Tatum for when they shoot and stuff like that. I like that pickup actually. I feel like he'll fit in Boston. Rajon Rondo, 2 years to the Atlanta Hawks, $15 million. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? It's Rondo. I feel like that the Lakers will miss him, especially playoff Rondo. But Rondo can go to any team and be a key factor, man. Especially when the postseason comes around. Rondo is just in a whole different ball game, whole different mood. His mind, he's locked in. But 2 years, $15 million. I feel as though being in Atlanta, he got the young guys, Cam Reddish, Trae Young. They got Chris Dunn, the point guard too. I'm a huge Chris Dunn fan actually, and it's gonna be interesting to watch, man. Just to see how how these young players develop with having such a great veteran in their locker room with such great championship pedigree. Wesley Matthews, 1 year, $3.6 million. Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers got rid of Danny Green. They bring in Wesley Matthews, and there's some games where it was just like, Danny, what the hell are you doing? There was just some games where they needed Danny to knock down some key shots, and he just wasn't doing it. But I feel like that's been Danny's game. He'll come in one night, he'll give you he'll he'll go 7 for 9, 5 for 7, and then the next night 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 2 for 7, and just missing a lot of open shots. As I was watching it, I was really concerned in the postseason. I'm like, guys, like this, he's missing a lot of shots that are open. It's like they brought you in here for this reason, and you're not really doing your job. So it's like you be an employee, and you're not really. You notice that you're not really doing your job. And they bring in a new guy that you got to train. You know he's there to take your spot. So that's what it's about. Marquise Morris 1 year with the Clippers. Dwight Howard 1 year with Philly. Hmm. I'm gonna. I want to do it. I want to do this segment on Philly, but I like this pickup, especially what I seen from Dwight this previous year. But I just hope he don't get lazy in Philly, and I hope that he don't come back off that championship high. Dwight still got it. He's very explosive, energetic, um, putting a defense on guys. He got it, man. He'll be a great addition in Philly. Having him and Embiid in the paint, you got Ben Simmons, and we're still trying to figure out which route the Sixers want to go. But still, they brought in Danny Green. They got Seth Curry, so it's gonna be interesting. One thing that also shocked me, this took off like less than 24 hours ago. DeMarcus Cousins signed a 1 year deal with the Houston Rockets. Everyone's probably like don't really understand it. Why the Rockets? Russ wants out, Harden wants out. I mean that's fine, but I feel like that even like someone in someone in the Marcus Cousins situation, these past 2 or 3 years or 2 seasons, he's been out and he's been dealing with 2 or 3 lower body injuries, and for some, it kind of altered their careers and ended their careers. Some people just don't come back the same off that injury when you mess your Achilles up or anything in lower body. But I feel like he's going to take his time in Houston. It's not going to be any pressure. I feel like it's going to be how that time was in New Orleans. He's going out there to show these guys that you still got it. I feel like that this year just show people that he still got it. And I really expect a lot from Cousins. Not too early, but I think he'll be fine in Houston and he'll be back to the old DeMarcus Cousins. And it's crazy because when I saw this roster to the Lakers and I saw Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, LeBron James, I was like, yo, it's over. Lakers got the next 3 summers. But he was battling injuries. Guys, thanks for tuning in. It's your host, Ro Clark. Just want to give you guys my intake and a recap on NBA 2020 NBA draft, 2020 NBA free agency. Still some guys out there, some signings going on, stuff like that. I'll be in touch, man. I'll tap back in with segment, like I said, including the Sixers, and I also want to talk about some surprising teams, young surprising teams that I'm actually interested in watching over the years to come. Thanks for joining me. Also, if you don't, we're on every social media platform. So if you don't see, if you're on Facebook and you don't see me posting that much, or you don't see us posting much on Facebook, hop on Twitter until I get his P. Hop on Instagram until I get his PC. We're all over, man. So just because you don't see us on one thing, don't mean we're not working. We got a lot going on, and like it's only two of us doing this thing. So we do what we can. But yeah, please follow us Instagram, Facebook, Tell Like It Is PC, Twitter, Tell Like It Is P. It's your host, Ro Clark. I'm out. God bless. Peace, love.